or Remy. So the orange man finally went into Venezuela in broad daylight, kidnapped their president and his wife, and nothing happened after all their previous noise that it can never happen. Now all I'm hearing is crybaby Ikoyi elites from Nigeria who always cry more than the bereaved, calling Trump all sorts of names, while the equivalent of Fadei people of Venezuela, who actually had to live under the brutality of the Maduro government, are running around on the streets celebrating and thanking Donald Trump for finally ending their suffering. Now, Remy, let me be clear about one thing. What happened in Venezuela this weekend is not philosophy. It is a loud reminder of one brutal law in our life. Your sovereignty only lasts for as long as you can defend it. If you can't defend your sovereignty, especially against a superpower, you better respect yourself and run your country well so that the stronger man does not come and have an excuse to run it for you and take your resources while he's at it. Now, let me bring this home to Nigeria. If we keep playing politics with insecurity, treating Boko Haram, ISWAP, and terror financiers with kids' gloves, and abhorring promoters of Boko Haram in our government, or running our nation in a way that many feel oppressed, or where the stronger nations feel like our leaders are messing up too much in a way that may affect their own interests later, we are inviting outsiders to come and help us to solve this problem in a way that will humiliate us. Like I told someone in a WhatsApp group today while he was arguing jurisprudence, sovereignty of nations with me, there is no way USA will allow ISWAP, ISIS, or Boko Haram to develop a comfortable base in Nigeria or around us. Koleshale. They know that that's like leaving fire on the roof and going to bed, because as Afghanistan taught them when they didn't pay attention at the time Osama bin Laden was training terrorists there. They told themselves Afghanistan is too far, only for the terrorists to end up on the planes in their airports. So I assure you, they will not allow what is happening in the northwest, northeast, and central Nigeria today to stand. They will take an Igigogoroma Gumiloju approach and insert themselves into the situation so that those guys don't end up as suicide bombers in America later. And to make sure we don't claim ignorance later, Donald Trump already said he will come and take care of it if our government refuses to do it. And so far, because he's a man of his word, he has sent 2 mild bombing messages. And he expects our government to take the hint and root out all the elements of extremism in our land. So, rather than all of us pressing the neck of our government to do better in fighting terrorism, kidnapping, and religious genocide, many of our elites are busy saying Trump can't interfere, Trump can never come here, Nigeria is different from Venezuela, and speaking long English about international sovereignty, as if USA will care about all of that when they decide they want to move against Nigeria. So my point to the elite government supporter and the government itself, who are talking a lot of legal philosophy about, they need to go take care of business. Otherwise, one day we'll wake up and some of our big men, like maybe even the Sadana Shokoto, some governors who have been accused of being part of this, or even our own Jagaban himself, they'll be gone or Maduralized. And all we're going to do is shout and trend on platforms we don't own, because we can't fight US. And by the way, Nigerians who are shouting America is violating international law, blah, 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 in this Venezuela case, get over yourself and remember this. We too have done sovereignty violation against weaker nations in Africa when it suited us. After all, we went into Kenya and snatched Nnamdi Kanu in broad daylight and really didn't care what the Kenya government had to say about it. Because we know if they want too much, we can crush them like a bug. We have also interfered in Uganda, Liberia, and other West African countries just because we could. So you intellectuals arguing into sovereignty of nations should get over yourselves and your fake sense of outrage. Because as my Auntie Mosun will say, Elowabi Konjokosi, because bottom line here is we should stop shouting sovereignty so much. We need to start working on doing more to make sure the stronger nations Do not come and interfere with our sovereignty. Because at the end of the day, the lion does not apologize to the giraffe or care about the sovereignty of the giraffe when it is hungry or it feels that the giraffe is not respecting itself. It will eat it just because it can, and all the animals will only stand at a distance and whine like they are doing in the case of Venezuela right now. So if we continue to give Donald Trump an excuse to come and take out our leaders and maybe take our oil too in the process, he will do it, and there is nothing a whole lot we can do about it. But shout only. Let Jagaban and his team do better. Enya Wifun Obajogbo, please share.